There you go.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Clean Car Audio Zone. We've got me, myself, Adrian, and we got Miss Mona Park up in the top corner.
Hi, everybody.
We got a special guest, Mr. James Caulder, aka Mr. Audio Ace. But we're gonna give it a few minutes, let a few people join in here. James, if you want to go ahead and start off by telling us who you are, about yourself, how long you've been in the audio game.
Yeah, so man, I basically started, man, just like everybody else did, man, back when I was 15, 16 years old, man, back 2006. That was always been my love and passion, man, is car audio. But I've really been heavy in the scene the last 3 or 4 years. I've been financially able to really pursue it a lot. So met a lot of great people and been doing it ever since, man.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. Mona, just let us know, because since I'm not authorized on this one, I can't see how many people we got coming in.
I don't see anyone yet. You should have waited and let some more people come in.
Well, we'll get him to reintroduce himself again if he doesn't.
Okay.
That's fine.
Mainly did that for us because I know we might have seen each other in passing, but never really sat down, had a conversation. Met face
I don't know if I talked
a couple times, but meeting face to face hasn't happened yet, which will happen soon.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're not too far apart, man. I'm located right outside of Myrtle Beach, about 20 minutes outside of Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of audio vehicle do you have?
I currently I'm about to begin a new project. Right now I've got a 2009 Chevy HHR panel van. I've got it gutted. I'm gonna put a big 6-cylinder in as well.
Okay.
Me and my team just recently built a truck. It was for 1215. It's actually John Hart's truck, the owner of Audio Ace. So we laid the foundation. Him and his team up there in St. Louis, they finished it. Finished the interior and all that good stuff, and it demos really well, man. I mean, he demos at 12 hertz all day long.
Okay.
That's painful.
Yeah.
It peaks at 24 hertz. He does on clamping like 7,500 watts. He does a 57.5 at 24 hertz.
Okay.
You just by specs, I'm scared of that one.
Yeah.
It sounds like it hurt.
No, it's just windy. It's just windy.
Oh, it's wind machine. Okay.
The windy one's still costing damage now.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We got 3 people in here.
But in the last couple of years, man, I mean, me and my team that around me and my wife Brittany and my friend Bruce and Sam, we've built 3 or 4 big builds. Just like we're about to finish up with Bruce's build, which is 812s, 8.5 audio 12s.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So I guess it's safe to say you're more heavy on the SPL side of the game.
Well, I was, man. I'm actually, I think I still hold the extended cab record in NSPL world. But in the past year and a half, I've been really focusing on just representing the Audio Ace brand and just doing demo builds, man. Because that's what I love to do,
Got you. So before we get deep into Audio Ace, I'm gonna just share with the world how we met. So I met James through, I want to say, one of those NC car audio pages.
Hello. I guess everybody's freezing up. Yeah, I think everybody's freezing up.
But I met James through one of those car audio pages. I think it was NC Buy Sell Trade or something like that, possibly. Okay. And then one day I got a random invite to this Waffle page. I like waffles.
Yes. But I need James to explain this waffle thing because I could never understand what you do there.
We're gonna get there in a second. But yeah, I met James through his Waffle page, and he invited me, and I told him, I was like, you know what? I said I'll join. I'll buy in here and there. I was like, but my luck is terrible. Terrible. First Waffle I entered. Bam. I won the 100-foot roll of 18 gauge speaker wire.
Something like that. I can't.
Yeah, you do so many of them, it's kind of hard to keep up with.
Just last year alone, man, we donated to Hope for the Warriors. We donated over 10 grand.
Wow. That's awesome,
just from the Waffle page. So,
and then the second one I decided to join in. I walked away with that beautiful blue bass knob that I got, which I love. It took me forever to install it. I never took me forever to put it in. Mona will tell you, I buy audio equipment and it sits. It sits and sits. And then I decided to put it in.
Yeah, he got his own little store.
I think it.
Uh-oh. Froze up.
Oh, yep. James is frozen. Give him time to catch up.
Excuse us for the technical difficulties, guys. It's technology. It's the internet. It happens. Y'all excuse me in my background. I'm working on a decal while we're doing this.
Terrible.
Hey, you can multitask. I think James might have to exit out and then try to rejoin.
He may have to pop out and pop back in. He's frozen. You might want to message him, Adrian.
Yeah, let me shoot him a message.
Yeah, because you're noisy. Yeah, I don't have to get another. Never mind.
I'm about to cuss you out.
I'm about to cuss you out too. Sorry, guys, but look, this is what we do. We sound like you remember that sports thing that Sharp and somebody else.
Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I lost all respect for Skip Bayless.
Yeah, they be going back and forth. We starting to sound like them.
but you know what? I lost respect for him after that DeMar Hamlin situation.
Yeah, I know. I know. I didn't. But you got to hear some of the stuff that this guy says, though.
Oh yeah.
This guy says some horrible stuff, and he's cutthroat, and he don't care.
Oh, he don't.
No.
He don't.
Hey, JD, I see you, JD. But guys, we're waiting for. Hold on,
yeah,
we're waiting for James to pop back in. He lost connection. So we're just sitting right here right now, just shooting the breeze, talking about what's the guy's name?
Skip Bayless and his ignorant comment about DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, the sportcaster guys, the ones that talk back and forth to each other. Them two jokers be going at it, and I'm talking about like they're about ready to run across the table.
Somebody need to jump across the table on Skip.
Yeah, he's very disrespectful.
I mean, this young man at the age of 24 had a heart attack on the football field.
Right.
And his only response is, how long are they going to prolong a game of this caliber?
Right.
This man could have died on the football field, and you worried about when the game will be resumed.
Right. It's ridiculous, man, because he's talking about he's seen people get hurt all the time on the field and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. But yeah, they got hurt. They didn't have to be given CPR on the field.
And keep in mind, this man has never, ever, a day in his life, played a lick of football.
Oh, really? Oh, but maybe he just like it a lot and he knows about it.
Skip has never played football and got the nerve to comment as if he's an NFL team owner or something,
or like he's played before or something.
He's just a privileged man with a lot of money. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and also I seen another thing that this guy said. He was talking about, oh gosh, this was before the Hamlin thing. This guy, he was saying something. I forgot what it was, but up there he is. Okay, Adrian, put your stuff down.
There we
Hey,
go.
James,
Yeah, yeah.
welcome
I had
back.
battle.
He had to relocate.
Yeah, I had to come outside. I don't get good service inside my house. My
Okay,
Wi-Fi. I had to reset my router and all that stuff. So
okay. Well, we won't keep you out in the cold too long.
no, we're fine, man. I'm good. I'm hot natured anyway.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Adrian.
But now, we were just talking about the waffle page. So James,
Yeah.
you want to dig a little deeper into the waffle page and tell people about the waffle page, how they can find it, and what's the perks and
And how
I guess.
long have? Yeah. Let me ask a question first. How long have
Okay.
you been doing the waffle page? How long have you been doing the
So
waffle page, James?
going on 3 years. So I started one group which was Basehead Waffles. I started that a couple years ago, and it took off and it had pretty good traction and everything like that. But I ran into problems with people reporting my post, and then
Why?
because the deeper I got into doing the waffles and all that stuff, the more I got
Mm-hmm.
to know different business owners and got to deal with different for partnerships and all that good stuff, and
Yeah.
it created jealousy among some users on Facebook. So
Really?
yeah, and
Wow.
they started reporting my posts and all that stuff. So then that made me I had to basically start from scratch again and start a new page of which is Waffle Heads.
Okay. Okay. Now I've been on the page, and I look and see what's going on, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, we play a couple different kind of games and all that stuff. And basically, my thought process behind the whole situation
Mm-hmm.
was, not everybody can afford a salt amp, or not everybody can afford a lithium battery, or it gives people more opportunity to be able to afford that. So
Right.
and so I try to keep games fun and as fair,
Mm-hmm.
clear, and as visible as possible. Give everybody.
Uh-oh.
So
Okay, so how does it work? Explain to us how it works.
you still there?
Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, explain to us how the page works. I mean, how does a waffle work?
So basically, it's just like any run of the mill game you play, raffle, waffle, same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, just using an example, like if it's an amplifier and it's got 20 spots in it at $20 a spot. Basically, you're buying a ticket, and we put it on a wheel and we spin the wheel and it's randomly generated. I had no control over it, and it just selects a person for me, and that
Mm-hmm.
person then receives the product drop shipped
Mm-hmm.
to them. So for the most part, now some of the stuff comes directly from myself, and
Okay.
a lot of the stuff is drop shipped.
Okay. So okay. So if you had something to sell, maybe like how about a 15-inch sub, and
Yep.
the sub worth $450. Now, what do you do?
So on 90% of the cases, like I had a lot of games this past week,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance, I had a pair of 8-inch subs up there for Waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Them subs retail at $2.99 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
I had the whole game up for $369 or something like that. It was like half the price for brand new subs getting shipped straight from the manufacturer. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm an authorized dealer for several different car brands, and
Okay.
one of the main two I get my product from is Audio Ace, obviously,
Okay.
and G2 Dynamics out of Texas.
G2 Dynamics. I think I've heard of them before.
Yeah, so Jerry Janko, you know
Yeah.
him on TikTok and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Mhm.
He's one of the main promoters for G2. So
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, how often do you have waffles, or can
oh
other
man, it's a never ending thing. I mean, there's
really?
yes, it's 365 days a year, man. I'm talking. It doesn't end. Now we have a couple of slow weeks and stuff like that, but other than that, it doesn't end. It's a never ending thing.
Right. So the people have to go through you if they wanted to waffle something off. How's that
Yes,
work?
so I constantly get asked all the time. Hey man, I got this amp I'm trying to get rid of, or I got this sub I'm trying to get rid of, and
Mhm.
I'm limited on that because I don't put nothing on my page that I don't stand behind, and so I have to understand the person and know they're trustworthy in order for me to do it. You know what I mean? Because last thing I want to do is have 20 different people play my game, and they
Mhm.
receive the item and it's not what they thought it was. So
Right.
for the most part, I deal with brand new in the box. I don't deal with, B stock or anything like that. For the most part, I deal with brand new in the box.
Okay. Okay. So now you have some stuff on your site now for up for waffle,
Yep,
or
we
how
sure do.
that works?
Yep, we got an Audio Ace, a pair of Audio Ace Joker 12s, and we got a DD DM 1500. That waffle there is all together. We got a couple other things, some wire and stuff like that.
Hmm. So okay, now I wanna see what the site is. What's the name of it? Just Waffle
Wa-
Head.
Waffle Heads, yep, on Facebook.
I think I've been in there, but I don't understand what was happening. So I was like, oh, okay. And see, I'm scared to do stuff online, when it
Oh
comes.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of times, like people's like, "What is this?" They don't understand it or anything like that. And
Right.
the longer I've done this, the more I have people back me and stuff like that, as far as vouch for me and all that good stuff. But uh,
Mm-hmm.
the more legit people see it is, because I had to adapt and had to take every form of payment there is because everybody
Right.
does something different. And so it's a lot. Thank God for my wife because I couldn't do it all by myself. She's the one that does all the financial part side of the
Well,
thing.
that's good. That's good. Okay. No, wait, is this it? You
It's
got
got
an
a
Instagram?
it's
You
got
got
a
an
James,
hand,
hmm?
it's
I
got
was
a
just
hand
saying,
drawing on
I
the
was saying,
Facebook.
James, you've got my backing 100%. I've played your game, played a couple games, and won a couple things. And I mean, usually, we all understand, you drop ship stuff from these manufacturers, so shipping and
Yeah,
the time of receiving is something beyond your control. But
yeah. And so
everything
like so
has been in a decent time frame.
yeah, and so go to the shipping thing. I've had a couple of these situations where I tried new brands and stuff like that through the car audio community, and it's backfired and bit me in the butt. You know what I mean? It's like right now I'm having an issue with SoundCube on Deadener. Guy wanted some SoundCube Deadener, and I can't get an answer out of SoundCube to save my life.
Okay.
Just that kind of thing, and so that kind of burns the bridge for me when it comes to dealing with that brand again.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want no issues on your stuff.
And I originally had started the whole waffle page was to promote my own business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I do audio installations and stuff like that as myself, a little bit on the side and everything. And I wanted to create my own business right here out of Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And
So have you started it yet?
this is where I'm at on that. So as pursuing that dream of mine, I started working real close with Audio Ace and
Okay.
John with Audio Ace. And
Mm-hmm.
instead of fighting your friend, I decided to join Audio Ace team. And so, as of right now, Audio Ace is currently looking for location out of Myrtle Beach, around Myrtle Beach and Conway, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They are from St. Louis, Missouri, so that's a big move on Audio Ace's part as far as trying to expand.
Right.
I'm basically joining forces with them to
Uh-oh.
help that out.
Uh-oh. You went out that time.
I'm back.
Repeat that last part.
I said I basically joined forces with Audio Ace to help them achieve
Okay.
that goal as far as them trying to move down here and everything. So
Okay.
instead of trying to compete against them,
Yeah.
me and John have a really, really good partnership and everything going on right now. So we're going
Okay.
to stick to it.
Okay. Now, what kind of stuff does Audio Ace have? What do they
Basically,
have?
they basically have everything as far as a bass head would need, as far as your general audio. You got mid channel amplifiers, you got
Mm-hmm.
component speakers, you got coaxial speakers, you got subs, you got Class D mono blocks, you got tweeters, and they're also a DD dealer. So they're
Uh,
also an online DD dealer. Anything DD offers they can get.
okay. Okay. So now, where are you located? Where is the Ace Place located?
So they're out of St. Louis, Missouri. Uh, and
Saint.
that whole the whole team's out of St. Louis, Missouri. And so I kind of met them through the Waffle page, and then started dealing with John. And John's actually one of the better. I don't want to talk bad on anybody
Yeah,
owns any other speaker companies and all that stuff, but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
been one of the best to work with as far as drop shipping stuff and
Mm-hmm.
standing behind his product. He don't want to sell anything that's garbage. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
I understand.
so for instance,
Wholeheartedly.
this is one thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like, to me, it's important. I know to other base heads it's important.
Yeah.
Um, every one of his sub lineup, everyone from the bottom one to the top one, he has recon kits available for them.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to ask, because a lot of people, they build these subs, or companies build the subs, and they don't have recon kits. Or I'm like, how can you build speakers and subs and you don't have recon kits for them?
Right.
Because they know, do they know that we play stuff very hard?
Right. Let's say 1,500 watt RMS. Yeah, let's throw 4,000 at it.
Yeah. When you do like we are, we love audio, and we push whatever we get to the max.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
because I'll tear some shit up. We all know I can tear some shit up. If they
yeah,
say if they say it's an unblowable speaker, I'm gonna find a way to blow that shit.
yes, he will. But now, what kind of what's the biggest and largest sub that you guys they carry?
So right now, the largest sub they have is a 21-inch subwoofer. It's
Okay,
around it's
wait,
137 pounds. It's 137 pounds with a 5-inch coil.
5-inch foil.
Yep, 137 pounds.
That's a damn
Oh,
2-liter bottle.
okay, okay. Now,
Uh,
they do door speakers and stuff, James?
Yeah, they got coaxials, they got component sets, they got your all the way up to 8-inch. They're
Okay,
currently working on other models. They're in the works. They got 18s, 15s, 12s, 8s, and 6.5 subs, and of course 21.
okay,
There are some new reversions coming out soon in
okay,
2023. We're just waiting on the shipment to come in. So,
okay. All right. So now,
and
um,
these are not cookie cutter subs, and what I mean by that, it's not just ordered from China and sent out. These
okay,
subs have been tested and remodified
okay,
again and again and again. Like a couple of subs, like the Joker, for instance, the Joker 15. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the sub, but
okay,
at the customer's cost, he did nothing. He didn't raise the price or anything, but he's putting a epoxy coil and putting direct leads on the sub. I mean,
mm-hmm.
that's gonna be a game changer.
Okay, okay. And how now the for that sub? What is it? Um, what's around the cost of that of one of those
They
subs?
sell at 329.
Okay, okay, all right.
So very comfortable. And you're talking about a 1,750 watt RMS sub, the new version that's going to come out. The current version is 1,500 watt RMS. So,
Okay.
and that's the subs that are actually in that truck that he has now that play 12 hertz.
Oh, and how many he got in that truck?
He's got 12 15s.
But you said it's a wind tunnel. It ain't that one to
No,
burn
it's
in
just
the
all
kit.
around enjoy. He can, I mean, he brought it to Ruckus and he literally demoed all day long with zero issues. Zero.
Oh, what? He didn't blow a sub or nothing?
No, nothing. No amp, no nothing.
Wow. That was awesome then.
No, I mean,
Because
you're talking about just he can sit there and demo it all day long with zero issues. So,
okay, so you guys, are they gonna have some stuff at Ruckus for this upcoming year?
yeah, so our team on Audio Ace, we have a lot of people rebuilding. I know you might have seen him on TikTok as well. Gutterball Jim Lawson.
I may have.
It's a big orange excursion with Audio Ace on the side of it.
Yeah.
He actually,
Yeah.
he's actually good at his, and
Mhm.
he's going with 28 12s.
28 12.
28 12s.
You gonna be a wind machine too?
It's going to be retarded.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
that's awesome though. I like to see them big builds and and people enjoying themselves, getting in and out, and because different vehicles are built for different things. We got
Right.
some that punch you in the chest, then we got some that blow the hair all around. So
I don't care what it's tuned at. If it's got 28 of anything in it, he can have 28 tweeters in it. It won't hurt you.
right.
Right.
That's
Right.
the truth. That's the truth. So now, what any kind of upcoming projects that they have you want to tell us about?
Well, like I said, they got some new remodeled versions coming out of their 8-inch sub. Their Joker's lineup is changing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking into making a 5-channel. They currently mostly have 4 channels right now as far as your A/B lines. They're looking at making a 5-channel
Okay.
and expanding. They're looking at coming out here and finding a place and having a second location on the East Coast, which is huge.
Okay.
Not against nobody else, but to me, I feel like the audio capital of the world is the East Coast and the South.
You think? Well, hey, I know the
The
South
West Coast is kind of strong.
Yeah, they have their their vehicles over there too, but
Well, look, I live in. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like Florida and Georgia and Alabama, man, they got some terrible, nice built vehicles, and it's a lot. But because I don't know anybody on the other side.
Well, I mean,
there's only one vehicle I know from the West Coast, and that's going to be Lucky McGovern, I think his name is.
I know who that is.
The DC Audio Piggy Bank.
Tattoo guy.
Yes. Now I've seen some of the videos of the shows that he's been to.
He runs DC Audio though, right?
Yeah, I mean, last I heard, I know there was back and forth whether he was on Team DC or not. I don't know. Maybe we can get him on here one day to talk about it.
He got a lot going on right now.
We need to bring some West Coast people on here. We don't a lot of East Coast, but
but this is all we know because this is where we.
I mean, I think that one is great, man. The cardio scene needs more people like that. One of the problems I see, especially a lot of groups, is people downing people, giving them wrong information. Everybody's an expert. It's like
and
everybody wants a badmouth Scar, badmouth this other brand. It's like, man, you're messing it up. What about that 19-year-old kid that's just learning? And y'all jumping on the case. Like let him learn.
Exactly. And
you know what though? I find funny is a lot, especially on the East Coast. A lot of people badmouth Scar, right? People used to be like garbage. But when I first put my first system in my 300 I have now, I was running 2 15-inch Scar VXFs on an MD5K. And I pull up and I let that truck go crazy. People are like, damn, what you got in there? 412s? I'm like, nope, 2 Scar 15. Scar. These little $350 15s was going to work.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Right. Whatever you can afford, man. That's what it's about, man. Especially with young people. And what people fail to realize is that's the base heads of tomorrow,
Exactly. And see, that's why, I started this is to bring the newcomers in and they can talk to some of the seasoned folks about car audio. And, we have a lot of people that we know the beginners, we know the people that are doing well, and then we know the world champions,
we got the Terry Brocks and the Corey Hicks and
yep.
And the Mona Parkers,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And the Mona Parkers and the Cantills, we
that's
got the
right,
folks,
Cantills.
Mm-hmm. We got them folks out there. But it's a lot of people fail to realize too is I know for me, car audio kept me out of trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely, man. It's definitely a hobby that it's just, man, when you have troubles, man, you just get in your car, work on it. It kind of soothes you a little bit.
Yeah, that therapy. Yeah, exactly.
Bass therapy.
Yeah. So
now it's a little different. I need door therapy.
Right. But now, so James, what kind of waffles do you have on the site right now? I tried to join it and I haven't got in yet, but
Yeah. Yeah, so we got, like I said, we got that Joker and DD combo. We got a 2-win tweeter combo. A couple different ones, man. We constantly keep wire. We do a lot of alternators. Like not everybody can afford a $450 alternator, so we try to do a good bit of alternators and stuff like that. Wire, like especially power wire, that stuff's expensive. So
yeah.
we constantly do a little bit of variety of everything. We do anything from like car cleaning kits to we got a soldering kit up there right now, I believe, just closed. Just anything and everything that comes to cardio, head units, subs, amps, door
Oh
speakers,
yeah.
everything.
I'm
Yeah,
in there right now.
me and James bumped heads a little bit a few months back. I was like, hey, stop all these GM alts. I need a Mopar alt.
Unfortunately, the GM alt's the best selling alt.
Hey, I can't knock it. But you know, us Mopars are up and coming in the game. Don't sleep on us.
What are you running?
Well, I've got my alt now, but I got a Chrysler 300. I ended up ordering a 270 large case from Autotech.
Yeah, Autotech, man. I love Autotech. Everybody talks about different brands and everything like that, man. But I have ordered probably 40 something on Autotech, and I've ran into probably 2 issues which they fix like that. Sam at Autotech fixed like that for me.
I'm gonna tell you about Autotech, right? And I think I found out about Autotech through you because I seen you doing all those alts. But I ordered my alt on a Wednesday. They told me that it would take 2 to 3 weeks to build and another 3 to 5 days to ship. So I paid for next day air, right?
Yep.
I was impatient. I wanted it. Do you know that alternator was sitting at my job that Monday morning?
Yep.
And James,
Built, coated and all.
James, ask him where it's sitting at now.
And it's
He still haven't put it in.
Speaking of having issues and everything, I had ordered one for Jerry, wife's car, Debbie, her Blazer. He went through me and got an alternator and everything like that, and it came in. It was internally regulated, not externally regulated, like he had ordered.
Right.
This is no lie.
I see it.
He shipped that.
It's too pretty to put in.
It's too pretty to put in.
Right.
Yeah. It's we shipped that alternator back out Monday. By Thursday, we had another alternator back here, all the way from California.
Are you serious? That's all right.
Dead serious.
Wow, that's awesome. So I need to get me I need to do mine like that. I got a Singer alt, and mine needs to be regulated or whatever it needs to be. But my car is not charging right at all.
Hashtag Autotech for the win.
It's nothing wrong with my alternator. So don't even go there. But my voltage by me having a Hyundai, it's difficult. She's being difficult right now.
Yep.
So, but I'm going to get it together. So, James, tell us some more about the waffle things, because I see something. Look, I don't even. Okay, I'm looking at this.
He's like, okay.
I have to ask questions because I want to be sure.
No.
Okay, now, that's closed. So if it's closed, that means it's been sold or whatever. You won the game or whatever.
Right. But most time, if you see closed at the top, it means it's waiting for me to spin it. I'm waiting for donations, or I just haven't spun it yet. Like, there's a couple of games in there that's closed and everybody's sending donations, but I had this engagement, did not, so they just have to wait for a minute.
That's a soldering station. Okay. I'm so nosy. I'm sorry, because I like the shop.
Go through it and enjoy yourself.
But I love the whole idea of the waffle. Like James was saying, for the simple fact that,
So I'm gonna give you the internal breakdown, a little bit of secret, that not known to the audio world out here. So like, I'm not going to throw any names out there or anything like that, but like a lot of companies, especially like dropping hertz, right? They carry
Mm-hmm.
almost everything under the sun as far as like Avatar, sun,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. They carry everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're on an authorized dealership agreement for that product, right? And so they'll say you can sell X product. We're going to sell you X product for $100, but you got to sell it at $200, right? Because you can't beat our price. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the Waffle page allows me to do is to be outside of that agreement.
Okay.
So in other words, if I get an item for say $100, I don't have to sell it for that 200 bottom line margin.
Right.
I'm not selling to one individual. So
Okay.
off. So that kind of gives a lot of times that I give people advantages. You'll see. I think we just closed a WDX sub amp last night, and spun it, and it was like $200 off retail.
And
And
yeah, I see it right
So
here.
I like the fact of the waffles for the simple fact of, like he was saying earlier, not everybody can afford that $500 amp, so that gives you a chance to win that amp for X amount of dollars. Let's just say 25 for GP.
Right.
So
This is awesome, though.
like prime example, that bass knob that I won, it's an $89 bass knob on Down for Sound's website.
Mm-hmm.
I won it for like $10.
Wow. Okay.
Another thing that made me gain my respect a lot for James and his wife and what they do is, like I said, I won the two raffles. I'm gonna say raffle because it is what it is.
As long as you're not on Facebook saying
that's
that.
it. There you go. You say it as long as you're on Facebook.
But
Yeah.
so I won those raffles earlier in the year. One, your raffles helped me keep my mind occupied when I was going through, my life changes that I was going through with,
Right.
with divorce and all that good stuff. So it kept my mind off of things. But I want to say it was like a week before Christmas. I got a Christmas card.
Oh yeah.
I got a Christmas card from James, and it's simple things like that makes you like,
yeah.
It
makes it more personal than like it's business,
So one of the things I always say on every time I go live, one of the things, because I have a lot of new people, we have people join our group that, they're just running a 212 building a little trunk with a 1500 watt amp. They don't know,
Right.
And so like they're in my group and playing my games, and I tell people every live, look, if you ever have any questions, my PM's always open. It might take me a little bit to get to you, but it's always open.
All right. Awesome.
So, I've gave my personal phone number out to many people. I've called them on their phone. I mean, walked them through how to do things, and that's just what I'm here for our hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I was, getting back into it, I was in it pretty heavy in 2007, but I got back into it about 3-4 years ago. As I was getting back into it heavy, and it changed a lot since then. I ran into quite a few people, man. It was like, oh, I'm not going to teach you nothing. This is my knowledge,
Right.
I just asked a simple question. It's like, it's like they rather me blow stuff and fry stuff and talk crap about me than teach me the right way,
Right. Right.
I started doing my research and figuring everything out. Like I design boxes now. I do everything. I'm very not limited on what I try to do for myself. Like on my big 6-order bandpass and everything like that, me and Drew Jones designed that box together, and me and him work out together on them enclosures, on the bandpass enclosure.
Well, that's nice.
But other than that, I mean, and like on the flip side of that is, anytime somebody needs a design, I send them to Drew. That's we look out for each other. Just little small stuff like that. Like for instance, I've had several people ask me about stripper poles.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you find somebody to do a stripper pole?" Scott Bowman. Scott Bowman will take care of you.
That's right.
So, just little relationships.
Right. Now let me ask you a question about them darn stripper poles.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there you go. Now, these poles are supposed to be so that you do not break a windshield, or for flex?
Both.
Flex.
Both.
Well, all right. So this is what I've seen. Right.
Yeah.
I've seen stripper poles stop flex, but cause you to blow a windshield.
So
Okay.
in my years of doing everything, and and you could go back to the 1215 build in it, you could take that pole out of that truck,
Mhm.
and that windshield will hold up. But in my years of doing everything, and I'm gonna show you on my ride right quick.
Okay.
But if you can stop this from moving, the center of that windshield,
Yes.
it'll hold up to a whole lot more abuse than if it's moving, if it's flexing, because a windshield's strong. You know what I mean? It's not the raw pressures what's shattering the windshield. It's a weak part in the metal which causes a sharp edge for the windshield to flex.
Right.
Is what causes the windshield to break.
Okay, so that pole is for actually people that have really big bills, then, or that strong or whatever, lots of watts. Because a regular, like somebody just starting, that don't understand the concept of what a base head does, or a competitor, they don't need the stripper pole thing, right?
Unless they got a midget that just wants to dance inside their car.
Yeah.
See, we can't keep his mind straight.
It keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah, so like I was saying, that it's for the more seasoned people with the larger bills, more watts, correct?
You're correct. Yes, motor force, cone area. When you start
Okay.
adding the more power you add, And another thing is he's like, man, how'd you get it so windy, man? Well, you stop things from moving. The wind has nowhere to go but out the window.
Right, right.
You got stuff vibrating and moving. That's kinetic energy loss.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, that's just like when you get on the meter. You got to make sure every hole is plugged, in order to get that pressure in that vehicle, to make sure that you can bring up that big number, that good number.
I've seen people gain 3 dB,
Mhm.
3 dB
Mhm.
by adding epoxy to their floor.
What you mean? Oh, what do you mean to the floor?
Like epoxy in the floor.
Like these big builds have like hard floors in them where they're deadened and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen people gain 3 dB on the same power by just adding a layer of epoxy on the floor.
On the floor.
Yep. Because it makes it a harder surface and it gives it something for the sound to bounce off.
Because that stuff is not going to flex, though, right? That epoxy don't.
If you get the right kind and pour it right, it won't flex. It's hard.
Okay. Yeah, because it won't crack, James.
No, it's hard as concrete. If you get the right stuff, it won't move. It won't move.
Okay, yeah, because I got it on my box. I have it on my box. I did my box with epoxy all the way around, and it hasn't cracked yet. And I got 2 15s in that box on 12,000 watts, and I play the hell out of it, and it hasn't cracked it yet.
We recently just done it was the first time we attempted it, but I wanted to try it. We just done a little small 2.8 box.
Mm-hmm.
2 small straight 8s come from Audio Ace. We built a nice little box for me and everything.
Uh-huh.
But we epoxied that box as well.
Mm-hmm.
But on the baffle, the subs were sitting on top. On the baffle, we drilled small little holes in it and put LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put the epoxy over the LEDs on the baffle.
Right. So, go ahead, finish.
So we mounted the subs and everything like that. So you got it on a toggle switch where you turn the lights on in like it's actually in the epoxy on the box.
Okay. So
okay.
But now it won't mess with is it the strip LEDs?
No, it's little LED bulbs. So
them little teeny bulbs, right?
Little teeny bulbs. So I drilled small little holes into the baffle, and then I went back over the small little holes with PLX.
Okay.
So it ain't going nowhere. You know what I
mean? Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you what I did when I was doing my box. I couldn't lift them damn subs. So you know what I did? I popped my subs right in the box.
Damn.
Them subs ain't coming out.
They're gonna have hell trying to get them subs out.
Hey.
I filled it right up in the box.
Sub and box included. Both.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's right. Them two DB15s, man. And look, they play just as fine.
They still tight.
Right. They don't flex. They won't. Look, if you try to
Ain't
lift
no air leaking.
Huh?
Ain't no air leakage.
Hell no, none. But so now I have a lot of questions, but Adrian is supposed to be doing this, but it looks like Adrian is super busy.
No. I'm trying to multitask.
Adrian playing solitaire.
No,
That's what I thought at first.
Adrian's making decals.
Adrian's supposed to be doing a podcast.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm here. I got questions too, but
well, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask away.
So, I know a while back, me and James had spoke on the phone. Back then, you were talking about trying to do like a store.
Yes.
What's the do you have an update or a status on that?
Well, so that's where me and Audio Ace kind of, that's why I kind of joined forces with Audio Ace. I started working real tight with John, and me and John, established a good friendship and everything like that, and we started working real tight together. So instead of competing against each other, I decided to join my force with John, my connections, and help him grow and join his team. Basically help him run his store when he gets out. So he's coming down in May to really start scoping out properties, and actually gonna try to move this year.
It's going to be in South Carolina.
Yes, ma'am. Right out. He's looking for an area 20 minutes outside of Myrtle Beach.
Okay, down there where it's a lot of audio people in South Carolina.
Look, I live where I live at. I'm 20 minutes away from Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. I live in between Billy Staples and Jerry Janko.
Really?
Yeah, I'm directly in between both of them. Billy's actually stays 6 minutes away from my house.
Wow, that's awesome though. So you're right down there. You're right down there in the music.
Oh yeah. I got nothing but loud around me, man. I'm talking. Then you got Elite Euro, Josh Skipper. I mean, they're 40 minutes away from me. I'm talking. I got Sundown. They're an hour and 25 minutes away from me. I'm talking. There's a lot of car audio around here.
Right. Now, do you guys have any shows coming up, James?
Yeah, so we're looking, and it's in the works. It's not. I've got a lot of moving pieces to it right now, but we're looking at the beginning of April to having a audio show down here. So,
okay,
just for the locals and everything to get a feel for the equipment and stuff like that. So,
okay, well, you keep us updated. Let us know, and we can share it on the next podcast. So that we're trying to, spread this audio thing out. We're trying to bring Florida to Ruckus for street battles. So I guess you've seen the podcast that we had with Monster from New York, Street Talk, Street Battle, and then Mr. Larry Ruckus.
Yep.
So we're trying to, we wanted to bring sound quality with bass and everything, and why not bring everybody? It's all audio, Yeah, we have some bass heads and we have sound quality people, but when you meet in the middle, what do you get?
Right. And then that's one thing I kind of wish, a lot of different, you got Bass Wars, NSPL, Bass Outlaws, they have the way of judging everything, but I want to see more grudge matches.
I'll call you out.
Yeah, what I mean, like, same cone area versus same cone area, I want to see more of that. You know what I mean?
Well, as far as now for what we do as street battle grudge matches, we have lightweight, featherweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. You can't go up against heavyweight. Can't call out a lightweight. Right. So with that,
more along the lines of what you're wanting to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's more so all aspects of the audio included. Not just, oh, my car is windier than yours, or my car's, rattles.
Yeah, you got to have everything in order to pull off a good sound quality with bass and everything.
Right.
That's what we do. We do battles for sound quality all around sound, bass, vocals, mids, highs, everything. So that's what we do. Trying to, because everybody's doing doors now. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got something special. I got
Uh-oh.
special coming with my new little HHR.
Okay.
So
All right.
a quick look. So
Let
like
me
it's a panel van. So it's only got a front door, but the
it's kind of too.
back door is kind of hidden. You see the door ledge right here.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no door handles, and so it's got pop locks inside the car. I can mash the button, the door opens.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm gonna feel that it's gonna be 2 stunt walls on each door. I mean, they're gonna be filled with the stunt wall, And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them on a gas actuator. So like when I mash the button, I'll be right
Ah,
into somewhere, and they'll just automatically push all the way open.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. But that's my wife's cup of tea. I'm more of the bass guy, and she likes the stunt wall stuff and everything like that. So
That's right. See, my girl. That's right. Yep. So, Adrian, go ahead and ask him the rest of your questions or whatever.
My bad. I had to unmute me.
he's working on Bubblicious again.
Yeah, he is.
No, I had to mute it real quick because it was a little noisy in here. But so all right, so you say you got the store coming, hopefully sometime this year, maybe even early next year.
We'll definitely have the store open by this year.
Okay.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, you said you are a authorized dealer for Audio Ace as well.
Yes, authorized dealer for Audio Ace. Me and Paul at G2 Dynamics works a lot with hand in hand with quite a few transactions with that. I got my fingers in a lot of different places, man.
That's good.
A Dire Audio. I mean, I got my fingers in a lot of different places.
So
Okay,
if somebody wants to order Audio Ace, they just reach out to you directly on Facebook.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I had another question that slipped my mind. It'll come back to me in a second.
So what I'm gonna be running in my build is they're gonna be brand new, fresh off the market. It's gonna be the Audio Ace Jester 8. They're 8-inch cold, 8-layer, 3-inch epoxy cold 18. So mega roll surrounds, 2,000 watt RMS. So
okay.
So Audio Ace's subwoofers, are they more on the heavy SPL side? Do they have a musical line?
I would say they're a good mixture between sound quality and playing the lows. And what I mean by that is like the Jester lineup, for instance. So everybody knows like the Avatar, right? I'm gonna compare them to Avatar right quick. The Avatar STU has 22 millimeters of X-Max.
Mm-hmm.
That's both ways. The Jester lineup for Audio Ace has 35 millimeters one way.
Okay.
So
wow.
they're really designed towards sound quality, handling power, and to play the lows.
Okay. And you said those are retail at what now?
The Jester lineup, don't quote me on this, on the 15s is $749.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, do they have that big rubbery surround, or is it more?
Yeah. So the lineup that we have out now, the 15, it's got a medium roll surround, but that's something that's got revised, and it's getting a mega roll surround.
Okay.
So it's reversions of getting a mega roll surround.
Okay, so it'll be able to flex more.
Yeah, it's got to have just a tad bit more excursion, just hit it with a little bit lower notes.
Okay, that's gonna be awesome. Go ahead, Adrian.
So how long has Audio Ace been out?
So Audio Ace, John with Audio Ace, he's been doing it for quite some time, man. He really has been doing like the sub part and all that stuff for about 5 years. But the last couple of years, he's gained a lot of traction. A lot, He made his amps out of a joke one day. It was a cookie cutter amp. He made an amp and out of a joke to run in his speaker shop. So he started off just doing installs. Being authorized dealer for like different brands and stuff, doing installs. And then he started coming up with his own line of subwoofers and stuff like that, and that's really what's taken off for him. And now his amplifiers are no longer cookie cutter; they're actually nice amps that have a lot of engineering going into them and everything like that. So,
Are his amps Brazilian boards or Korean boards?
So they are like a Brazilian mix. So basically, like the Royal 7K is almost the same board as the DC 9K.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty. I'd like to get my hands on one to give it a shot. To see how they work.
Yeah,
We have a question.
everybody knows Chevy Black, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So everybody's seen his popcorn video, right? That he's
No,
got. You ain't seen the popcorn video
I haven't seen that.
with the white popcorn? Oh, you got to watch that.
Okay,
You
check
got
it
to
out.
watch
Maybe you
that.
can send it to me. Maybe you
He's
can
got.
send it to me.
He's got he had like a 50-gallon trash bag full of them packing peanuts,
Okay.
and he had it sitting in the passenger seat.
Wow. So he just messed his whole vehicle up with them things, didn't he?
Yes, they went. It ended up costing him a sub.
Oh wow. Sucked it up in the port.
It sucked up the port, and one of the peanuts went into the sub, got around the coal and all that. So,
That'll do it. That's right.
but so Chevy Black, he's running Audio Ace power. He's running all Audio Ace power in his truck for a sub.
Okay. Now we had a question. JD Darrington is asking, how loud is that HHR?
It's not loud at all. Yeah, it's empty.
We know he was gonna say that.
But she's gonna be I'm gonna really put some research into this one. This one's gonna be the best low end monster I ever built. I promise.
Okay, so that's your wife's vehicle.
No, it's ours together. We currently are just working on it together.
Okay, all right. So make sure you get her some sound quality in there, because
I
want
to
see y'all at Ruckus. I'll be coming to Ruckus, and I want to see you guys there.
We're going to try to make it an Audio Ace takeover. We got a lot of guys, like I said, got a lot of guys building right now. Like Gutterball, he's got the 28 12s building. I mean, that's going to be stupid. He's making that thing a tank, man. He's got 4,000 pounds of steel inside that truck.
Oh wow! Another one of those things, like you said, like a car, armored car or something.
Yeah. If anybody T-boned him, they're gonna be totaled.
Oh wow! Hey, they like them. They gotta seal them things up though. They like them like that.
Yeah, so he's gonna be running 28 subs, 7 amps, 7 good size amps.
Right.
It's
wow. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
He's gonna be running like a 600 amp hour C-Max.
Wow. So now, do you guys carry batteries and stuff there?
That's something we're currently working on, but like I said, I got my hands on a lot of different things. Like Elite Euro. That's Josh Skipper. He always builds my banks. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
He has a C-Max plug, and he just got a hold of a bunch of C-Max. Just the other day, I just talked to him 2 days ago, and I started talking to him about the bank for this car here, and so if you need C-Max, hit me up. I've definitely seen you in the right direction.
Okay. All right now. Mr. Bubblicious over there got his mic muted. We got to put him in the doghouse, James.
I had the machine going. I'm pretty sure y'all didn't want to hear the machine cutting.
No, we didn't want to hear that. But go ahead and finish, James, Adrian.
No, I mean, that's really all the questions I really had was, to learn about Audio Ace. I mean, we've already gone over about the Waffle Heads. Everybody who's watching, I encourage you to go over to his Facebook page, the Waffle Head page.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Waffle Heads, and you'll see a drone picture at the top.
Yep, I see it. I see the Waffle Head.
He's got a lot of nice equipment on there. A good way to help you get your build complete and not break the bank. I usually go in there by anywhere between 1 to 5 spots. I mean, and most of them are very reasonable, anywhere between $5, $10, $15, $20. I mean, I don't think I've seen a waffle go over $50.
No, I think the last one we had was $50. That was a $2,700 amplifier.
So there you go.
Wow.
Your opportunity to win a $2,700 amplifier for $50.
Hey,
and he's one of the very people that I've seen that doesn't
going live.
So that happened a couple months ago. I got brought across the opportunity to run a couple of base 30Ks. I was able to get them base 30Ks for $2,200.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think they retail right at 32. So they're brand new in the box, and so I was able to make that opportunity for the group. So that's what I did. And I've done like salt 6Ks before. We've done a lot of sundown subs.
Okay.
We've done a lot of different variety, a bunch of G2 stuff, Avatar. I mean, everything you can think of under the sun, we've done it.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome. And I've been looking through this thing. That's what I've been doing. So now let me ask you a question about this now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I see that you have the wire here. This is from January the 5th, though.
Okay.
You have some wire here, and you have 25 spots, right?
Yep.
So once those spots are filled, then you close it, and then what do you do?
So after we close a game, we don't. Some people send their donations when they call the spots, but
Uh-huh.
we do not require you to send your donations until it's closed. Once it's closed, then we send out a private message to each individual and say,
Mhm.
"Look, this is closed. Send your donations." So we can get the game to spin. And once
Mhm.
we receive all the donations, then we go live on the action, put it on the wheel, and let the wheel do the work.
Okay. So the more spots you have, the more chances you get to win.
Correct. And so, there's a couple games in there you'll see that's a last man standing game. What we call last man standing games. And so it's a little different. Normally our regular games is one spin, one winner. I spin the wheel, whatever name it lands on, that's the person who gets it. Uh,
Oh, okay.
on the last man standing games, it's a little bit different. We'll have like 10 spots, and it'll be a last man standing game, and it's going
Mhm.
to be the last person left on the wheel. So as the wheel's spinning, each time it lands on a person, they get removed off the wheel till
Oh,
one person's left on the wheel.
okay. So it's like you're eliminating as you spin the wheel.
Right, because a lot of people say, "Man, I never get a chance to win this, that, and the third." But then um, that's why we do the last man standing games. Then you can buy 3 or 4 spots, and you got a much higher chance of winning versus if there's 25 spots, you only got one spot.
Mhm. Right, right. Because I'm looking at that wire one, and I'm just looking at how many spots one person can, have. So it'll give him more chances, I guess. Okay, so I understand that part. Okay,
James, you want to run through the different games that you play on there really quick?
So we do like a first and last spin, 2 winners. We do just your main game, like your one spin, one winner. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. You spin the wheel once, it lands on a person. We do the last man standing, like I was explaining, and then we do mini games. And the mini games are, say, for instance, I have a $2,000 amplifier that I got up on the room. Well, say the buy-in's $50 or $25 or $35. Not everybody said, "Man, I don't feel like wasting that much money."
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll run mini games, and we'll run the mini games for $5
All
or
right.
$2. And so the mini games, it'll say something like 10 advancements. And so on the mini games, if it says 10 advancements, then I'll put everybody on the wheel, explain what's going on, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'll spin the wheel 10 times. As I'm spinning the wheel, then people automatically go to the main game in a random selected spot. So then I have had, this is no lie. I'm not lying to you no whatsoever. Um, I had a guy spin on that base 30K I done. It was $2,700 amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he spent right at $1,100 on the games because he wanted to win it.
Wow. Right.
I done 2 of them. One time it worked out for him, right? The next time I had a guy win off one mini spot. He won a $2,700 amplifier for $5.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
$5.
Wow,
So
that's awesome. So you probably can catch some good deals on here then. You know.
yes, like you'll notice like the dead games that's half off. That WDX amp that was like $200 off retail,
Mm-hmm.
and so like them opportunities are brought to me by overstock on certain different speaker companies and all that stuff. So it's in their way, so they need to move it. You know what I mean? And it's brand new box, nothing's wrong with it. Anything's wrong with it. It's just brand new. So they reach out to me, and I put it on there for you guys.
Okay, because I'm just going through, just looking at some of the stuff, that where I guess Well, they have congrats over them, so they must have won.
Right.
Okay. See, I'm trying to figure this out because I was like, I hear a lot about the waffles, but I'm like, I don't even know how they work.
So like
So,
I've had several different people try to copycat me or
mm,
try to do the same thing I'm doing on their own groups and stuff like that. And
mhm,
by all means, go ahead, go for it. But the problem they run into and the problem they lie is not being honest. You know,
right, right.
and different scenarios under that. Not to throw any names out there or anything like that, but that's the problem they run into is not being honest. And
Yeah,
I run my group with 100% clarity. I
right.
I try to be as clear as possible about everything because I know how that feels, not feel like you got cheated. You know what I mean? And I don't want that feeling. I don't want nobody to feel that way.
That's true. That's how I feel too. Why take from somebody? Because it's just going to make it harder on you in the end. But this is awesome because I'm just going through some of this stuff looking. I'm being nosy now.
Yeah, and so like a lot of people, a lot of different speaker companies, especially Paul at G2 and like John at Audio Ace and a couple different other ones,
Mhm.
they won't go to any other person that does this but me
I
because
don't blame you. I don't blame them because you got some good stuff on here.
well, not just that, it's from the honesty thing standpoint. They don't,
Yeah, because they have to take you at face value, and
right, right.
you've been honest, and I've never seen no complaints about anything.
Well, I've had, like I said, I've been doing this, 4 years, whatever,
Hmm.
and
This is awesome.
you have people that they get sour about certain things, and you have bad apples in the bunch every now and again. So then I have to kick them out the group, and
Yeah, exactly.
it just happens. It's a growing pain. It's just like anything.
Yeah,
The bigger you get, the more haters you'll have. That's just
that's
how.
that ain't that the truth. That's true,
Stay
but
humble.
right, Mr. Bubblicious.
No, I mean, listen,
Yeah, that's what you call your Chrysler, Bubblicious.
Yeah, right.
it ain't
That's what
pink.
I'm
It
talking
ain't
about.
pink.
Oh,
Um,
sweetness.
no.
Hey, my old truck, John named my old truck the Sweet Loaf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he,
Wow.
so it's got a camper shell on the back of it, right? I said,
Uh-huh.
John, why'd you do that? It's got a camper shell. It's got the bill going through the cab into the bed of the truck.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he put a mohawk up on the camper shell. Rag
Oh, got a
mohawk.
mohawk
And,
coming down the
and,
street like a shark.
yeah, and then he made it glow in the dark. He put glow in the dark powder in it. So it glow
Wow.
in the dark.
But that's neat. That's different. That's very different. All right,
But
Adrian.
no, I don't have any more questions. Do we have any more? Anybody have any questions in the comments?
Anybody got any questions for James?
Like I said,
Oh,
I mean, I highly encourage everybody to go in and join the Waffle page. At least play once or twice. Try your luck. You never know what you're gonna win. And then if you're one who doesn't like to gamble your chances, I mean, start off small. Try to go for like one of the wire ones where your buy-in's probably like $5. I mean, um,
People can try it out. So the people that are watching the live right now, because I have them, it's being broadcast to 3 different areas right now. It's on YouTube. It's on the what is it, Clean Car Audio Zone page, and it's on my page also.
so James, how many people members do you have in that Waffle page?
Currently, right now, we have a little over 1,500. My last page it had 3,000, and that's when
Wow.
we started running into. We've been trying to slowly, just slowly add people.
Yeah.
Just because of the issues we ran into before. But just another thought on that. A lot of people's like, man, you make a lot of money off these. Not really. I make $20, $30 off certain games and stuff like that. But we donate a lot of money. I mean. Like I said, last year alone, man, we donated right at $10,000 to Hope for the Warriors.
That's awesome.
Like around
Christmas
time, we do toys for kids. Like this last Christmas, we sponsored a kid. He lost both of his parents. It was a kid I know. He lost, and he was living with his grandmother, which is on a standard income, like government income, and so
Yeah.
he wasn't going to get a Christmas unless for this raffle page, and this raffle page was allowed to give him a Christmas.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And
So here's a challenge I'm gonna put out to everybody watching. James, you said you're currently at 1,500 right now, right?
Yeah, 1,500.
If we can get that Waffle page to 2,000 by the end of February, I myself personally, because we all know as you can see, I'm making decals and t-shirts. I will donate a $100 voucher to order anything that you want from my decals or a t-shirt.
I'll donate a set of 6.5 Audio Ace mids.
That's awesome.
So there you go. You got a $100 voucher to Alan's Graphics Works business, and you got a set of Audio Ace mids. If we can get that to over to 2,000 by the end of February, I mean, we're about a week into January now, so give about a good month and a half. We get over 2,000 by then. James, you just reach out to me and let me know.
Yeah, we'll do.
And it's out there. I mean, like I said, I don't know how many people we have watching right now, but I know there's a lot of people that go back and rewatch our podcast. And from what I've heard, somebody reached out to me about a week ago, and they're over in the Midwest, and they're watching us. So
That's awesome, man.
We're reaching good links with this podcast. I know tonight I didn't seem too active in it. I'm sorry. I had an order that I had to get completed. But I love to see everybody come together. Like James said, I was that kid that when I got into audio, nobody wanted to teach me nothing. They wanted to sit there and let me blow stuff. And then I met this crazy woman right here.
Oh. I own it. I own that. I'm crazy.
and I'm gonna put it out there. She was that one that would talk pure cash junk about myself.
I never talk junk to nobody.
You told me if I didn't get that audio pipe out of my car.
James, do you believe him?
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
But the audio game got to that point to where it's like it ran off the newcomers. Nobody wanted to do it anymore. And it got to the point to where in the NSPO where I didn't want to compete no more. I didn't because one, I got tired of sitting in the lanes for hours, and two, I got tired of nobody wanting to give me advice. So that's not knocking the SPL side of things, but that's why I felt more welcomed to street battle scene because one of my first big battles, I went to Pennsylvania, went to Philadelphia, and the guys up there was like, "Wow, just do this, it'll be perfect."
Yeah, but Jay, do you know how much this guy changed his stuff in his vehicle?
You're preaching to the choir on that one, man. I'm talking. Me and him are in the same boat.
So let's just say this: my car's been in rebuild since about September of last year. So I've changed up my bass stage at least 6 times already, and still haven't completed it yet.
Okay, so here you go. I got you, and I understand that. But in June of 2020, I took that extended cab truck. I built a 4th order with 4 Avatar STU 15s. A couple months later, I tore that back out and put ZV6 15s in it and a 6 order.
Wow.
You know Bass with Kev, right? You go on his page, Bass with Kev, right?
Yep.
I gave him a demo at the TDH show. Okay.
We don't speak those 3 letters in here.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, anyway, I gave him a demo up in Virginia. Okay. So I gave him a demo in Virginia. 3 months later, 3 months, he got a demo from John at Ruckus with the 1215 built in it.
Wow.
So in a year time frame, I put 3 different big walls in that truck.
And see, that's what I was going to ask. What were you going for? What were you going for?
I wanted to win. I wanted the wow factor. I wanted something different, and I was like, man, I just want to do something different, And so, like, I really loved the ZV6s, but I was like, man, I might throw like a gazillion watts at these subs to doing what I want to do. I said, everybody and their mama runs 415s, nothing against 415s, and it's impressive in its own. But I started working with John more and more, and I was like, let's do something crazy. Let's do 1215s. And
Okay.
so I took his budget-friendly Joker and put it
Mm-hmm.
inside that truck for that particular reason, just to show that that his cheaper subs would play the lower hertz.
Right.
And so, I mean, he demos at 12 hertz with no problem. Offloading, the subs love it.
Okay. That's awesome though. When you have somebody that can help you and the knowledge and not try to some people just make people spend money. Just spend. Yeah, you need this, you need that.
Yeah, yep.
But when you actually have
No
the knowledge.
name.
What?
I said, I've been there. I won't say no names. You know who I'm talking about.
We don't want to go there.
Hey,
That's not what this podcast is about.
Okay. I'll keep my comment to myself.
This is about James today and waffle heads. But anyway, guys, it's getting late and we've had you on here a little over an hour.
Oh, good.
So, but we're going to follow back up with you because we're going to bring you back on, James, probably in a couple weeks if you don't mind.
No, I mean,
yeah, so that we can see, how many people enjoy the Wafflehead page.
Hey, we will do. I much appreciate that. That's much love. I really appreciate what you guys are doing for the cardio audio scene, man. Like I was saying before, there's too many people out here that want to bash people and not help people out, man. I mean, so we're unfortunately we live in a dying hobby. I mean,
exactly.
Much as I hate to say that, in 40 years, cardio drastically change or not be here,
Exactly.
I don't see it being here if they keep moving everything to electric.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, we live in a dying hobby. I mean, not just from that standpoint, from, when I was 16, 17 years old, everybody had a system. I mean, everybody had, 212s in a trunk or something, Where now today's kids, it's very few and far between that actually have a lot of systems in their vehicles, And
right.
so we need to help them, promote them, and let them learn the right way. Don't mistreat them,
Right, exactly. See, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the newcomers in, give them as much advice, from somebody that's been out there doing it before and has been doing it for multiple years. We want to get out there and help the new people. But a lot of people can't take constructive criticism. They think you're talking bad about them, and about their car and this. No, we're just trying to tell you what you may need to fix, you may need to work on or, tweak a little bit. Nobody's talking bad about your vehicle. We're talking to you to, so that you can be the best you can be with your vehicle.
And I tell everybody that if I can help you get your car to where you want it, the way you ain't got to, as Mona call it, change your draws like I do. I try to give the best advice. I mean, obviously, we all have our certain brands we like. We have our certain brands we can stick to.
Of course. So
I'm gonna tell you right now. Anybody inbox me now, I'm gonna tell you, death bounce. Sorry. I mean, when it comes to mids,
I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Say it, James. Just say it.
I'm referring to as far as vocal wise, mids.
Oh, vocal wise.
Yeah.
Mids and high, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that somebody come to me, hey, I got my doors built for 3/8 and 2 Twitters. What should I run? Get you 6 Death Bounce Arnolds and 4 of those Neo Twitters, and that's what put me in the game.
And you know what I see, James? You've seen my car before, but I mean, I have the littlest build. I think I have the smallest build out there. I got, how many door speakers I got, Adrian? 8?
8.
I have 8. I have little door speakers on each side, and my car sounds amazing to me. To me now.
And that's what it's all about. What's his name said? God, what's his name? I can't think of the name. He's in the car. He's seen. He said, "If you like it, I love it. I want to hear it." That's what
I
about.
say too. If you like it, I love it. That's right.
You know, I don't care what you're running. You run a
Yeah.
Pioneer door speakers. I don't care. You know, if you like it, I love it. Let me hear it.
That's what I say too. And on that note, we're gonna get off here. Thank you, James. And I'm gonna hit you up in a couple weeks because Adrian, Mr. Bubblicious, is he gotta work most of the time. But I'll
Yeah,
get in contact with you and I'll see when Adrian is working when he's not doing Bubblicious graphics. And we're gonna get you back on. Maybe we can get your wife to come on too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll make sure she's on next time.
Okay, well that's fine. I've enjoyed talking to you and her, both of you. It would be fun.
I can also I might be able to set up something with you and John Hart. That'd be great too.
Yes.
That'll be great. Okay,
I'm trying to
just
get
let
as
us
many
know.
companies on here as possible.
Yeah, so that way you put a face with the brand, you know.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And okay, I'll reach out to you and see, when you're available, and then I can transfer it over to Adrian.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, James, you have a good one. Be safe.
Peace.
All righty.